Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever time it is where you are right now. I'm Tom, and this is Daryl. Today, we've got some great news for you.
Yes, great.
We've also got some really great news for you. In the next 3 minutes, your life is about to change for the better.
Better.
You may be a bit skeptical at first. You may experience some apprehension, but trust me, in the end, those initial jitters, that apprehension will be replaced by excitement and pride.
And pride.
Right. Now, the first thing that we want to tell you is this. We want to give you, for free, a brand new responsibility. That's right, your very own responsibility, absolutely free of charge.
No charge.
It's actually a responsibility that you already have, but may not be aware of.
In the dark.
It's like you're really good at gymnastics, but you didn't know it, and then you hop on the uneven parallel bars, and the next thing you know, you've got a gold medal!
Champion!
So, a new responsibility. That's the good news.
But that's not all.
It sure isn't, Daryl. Now, before we get to the really good news, we've got just a little more good news for you. And here it is. We're not going to ask you to carry any heavy rocks.
No rocks.
We're not going to ask you to help a friend move a piano or a family member move a washer-dryer set.
No heavy lifting.
So, what's the really good news?
Question mark?
You, friend, are the floodplain manager for your community. Let that soak in, huh? Take a moment. Sit back and relax. You are the floodplain manager for your community. You may not have realized that you are the floodplain manager for your community. You!
Congrats.
Congrats indeed. Now, I understand that currently you're experiencing that apprehension that we discussed earlier. You may be even thinking, I don't even know what a floodplains manager is, or I don't want to do it.
Don't want to do it.
But trust me, you do. It's a very important job that protects your family, your friends, your neighbors, local businesses, homes, and the community as a whole. Who doesn't want to protect their family and friends and community? Everybody wants that. It's like finding out that you're Superman or you're Batman or Wonder Woman or even Aquaman.
Laser beams out of your eyes. Okay.
Yes, and don't worry, look, hey, you're not alone. You don't have to single-handedly save the world. You're not an emergency responder or manager. You're simply a small, important part of a much larger team.
The Avengers.
Exactly. And as a floodplain manager, you'll have, for free, plenty of help, resources, and access to training.
Easy breezy.
But hey, don't take my word for it. Let's talk to a few of your peers, fellow floodplain managers just like you. This is Mari Knott, a floodplain manager from Latah County. Hello, Mari. How are you?
Okay, thanks. And Tom, let me clarify right off the bat. We are managers and administrators. We administer ordinances to help us better manage floodplain development. Manager and administrator can be used interchangeably.
All right. Now, did you have to give up all of your favorite hobbies and pastimes to find the time to fulfill your floodplain manager duties?
No, Tom. Once I got up to speed on this whole floodplain development thing, I only spend about an hour or two when a new floodplain development permit floats in.
I didn't think so. And what is your primary duty as a community floodplain manager?
Well, let's see. There are phone calls about flood zone determinations, locating elevation certificates, processing development permit applications, and site visits, which is the really fun part. We also have to make sure the process is seen all the way through. It really is a neat job. I get to help people understand the benefits of safely developing in the floodplain.
Okay, great. Thanks, Mari. Now let's move on to Ada County and say hello to Mike Williams, Community Floodplain Administrator for the City of Eagle. Hey, Mike, how's the weather out there in Ada County today?
Hey, the weather's great. A little bit hot, but things are good.
Great. Now, Mike, tell me this. Is being a community floodplain manager the hardest, most confusing thing that you've ever had to do in your entire life?
Well, at first, being a floodplain administrator was a little overwhelming, but once I learned the ropes and responsibilities, I discovered how many resources there are.
Right. So, Mike, what are the best resources for a new floodplain administrator, like these folks out here, to utilize when just getting started?
The first thing that comes to mind is knowing that your state floodplain coordinator is your best resource. They can help you answer questions on development permit, floodplain mapping, and ordinance questions. They can also bring you up to date on future training opportunities. Then, of course, what I would recommend is reading through your city or county ordinances in regard to floodplains. Understand them so that you can provide information to help individuals learn how to comply with your ordinances. Then, if you need additional help, who are you going to call?
Well, the floodplain coordinator or manager, of course. So, Mike, are there any other state or federal contacts that you can call?
Yes, there are several state and federal resources available. I like to lean on my fellow floodplain administrators such as Ada County. FEMA Region 10 also provides you with the National Flood Insurance Program coordinator in the state of Idaho. The Idaho Silver Jackets, which is a collaboration of several state and federal agencies, have produced a handy guide for you to use. And lastly, the Idaho Department of Water Resources provides a website for floodplain management.
Well, thanks, Mike. Appreciate your time. Now, folks, let's go ahead and move forward and say hello to Christine Hilt in the heart of Sun Valley, Haley, Idaho. Hey, Christine. Hope you're having a lovely day.
Absolutely.
Now, tell me this, Christine. Did you have to read tens of thousands of pages of textbooks to qualify to become a floodplain manager?
Not at all. Anyone can be a floodplain administrator. There are no special qualifications. All you need to do is have a willingness to create a flood-resilient community through implementation of local ordinances.
So where did you get your floodplain administrator training?
Training is easy to get. It's available through the State Floodplain Coordinator, free webinars, workshops, annual conferences, and a more in-depth training at the EMI. The Emergency Management Institute offers week-long courses on floodplain management, and most of it's picked up by FEMA. Tom, you should totally go. It's located in Emmitsburg, Maryland. It's basically free, did I mention? All you have to do is buy a meal ticket for the week. Okay. Let me know about it when you come back. And if you want to go above the mile, you can get a CFM certification.
Well, that doesn't sound hard. That doesn't sound hard. Wonderful. Thanks, Christine. Appreciate it. So there you have it, folks. From the mouths of experienced floodplain managers, it's an extremely important position, making you an extremely important person. It requires very little of your time, and training and resources are readily available.
But wait, there's more! As a floodplains manager, you've also won a 7-year, all-expenses-paid trip to Maryland! You and 100 of your closest friends!
No, wait, hey, whoa, cut, wait, whoa. There's no trip to Maryland. There's no trip to, we're not giving away a trip to Maryland. They didn't win a trip to anywhere, so no trip. My bad. Yeah, but wait, there is more.
But wait, there is more! As a new floodplains manager, you will have for absolutely free, in addition to that trip to Maryland, you will have access to the organizations associated with these acronyms: IDWR, IBHS, IDEQ, ITD, FEMA, HUD, USACE, USGS, NOAA, NWS, NRCS, USBR. The same folks that are part of the Silver Jackets team. You'll also have access to county emergency managers, flood control districts, and other local floodplain administrators near you, and for free, folks, you'll find links to all these resources in the super handy Silver Jackets resource guide that accompanies this video, or download it online.
Once again, congratulations on the really good news that you are the floodplain manager or administrator, whatever you want to call it, for your county. It's an honor that we are proud to bestow upon your able shoulders.
The end.
Hey, thanks for listening. Now, get out there and manage that floodplain and be risk aware.